easy English expression, rehashed.
Hello, everybody. My name is Coach Shane, and welcome to Easy English Expressions.
Come on, let's master English.
Hey, everybody. Coach Shane here. We're back for E-Cube number 261. Not only is this a very common phrase, but I'm going to talk to you about the pronunciation, which is so important. I hope you're doing great. Enjoy E-Cubed. Let's go back in time.
What have you been up to? That is today's expression. Many of you might know it, but did you hear what I said? Believe it or not, I said 6 words. Listen again. What have you been up to? Hey, what have you been up to? Oh, Shane, what have you been up to? What have you been up to? 6 words. What are they? What have you been, B-E-E-N, up U-P-to, T-O. What have you been up to? And I'll explain the pronunciation in a second. What have you been up to simply means what have you been doing, but we use this expression especially when we haven't seen the person in a long time. Now, long time, what does that mean? Sometimes a long time means 2 hours. Sometimes it means 2 weeks. Sometimes it means 2 years. Okay? So, for example, at the office, your coworker says, "I'll be back." And then they come back 2 hours later. That's a long time. So you can say, "What have you been up to? What have you been doing?" But it might be your neighbor, and you haven't seen your neighbor in a while, and finally you see him. Hey, what have you been up to? What have you been doing? You haven't maybe seen him in 2 weeks. But it might be an old high school friend that you haven't seen in years. Oh, what have you been up to? What have you been doing these past several years? But remember, we use this expression when we haven't seen the person in a long time. But like I said, that definition of a long time is relative. It could be 2 hours. It could be 20 minutes. I know there are many husbands out there. If the wife doesn't see them after 20 minutes, they'll get suspicious. What have you been up to? But it might be 2 weeks, it might be 2 years, it might be 20 years, but it's a great expression. I'll talk about the pronunciation after you listen to the dialogue. Tim, long time no see.
Hey, Shane.
What have you been up to?
Not too much. Slacking off.
Yeah. You recognize the voice? Now we know that voice's name, Tim. Tim, long time no see. Actually, Tim, I used to work with a guy named Tim, and he was an English teacher, but he was the laziest English teacher in the world. Amazing. Every week we were supposed to finish one chapter with the students. He wouldn't even finish the first page. He was so lazy. I don't know. So Tim went, he left the job. And then I saw him a couple years later, and I asked him, what have you been up to? Are you teaching English? Do you work for a company? And he said, not too much. Slacking off. Grammatically, I have been slacking off. If you don't know what slacking off means, then you have been slacking off. You need to listen to yesterday's expression. Okay, so let's talk about the pronunciation. What have you been up to? So first of all, let's look at the word have, H-A-V-E. Now, in my DDM classes, which is a listening class, pronunciation and listening, I teach the students that have is one of the 7 H words, where the H is frequently canceled. The sound is canceled. Those 7 words are he, her, him, his, had, has, have. There are other H words too, but especially those 7. So, what have, let's cancel the H. Perfect pronunciation, what have. But if we cancel the H, what have, what have, what have. But in America, do we say the T? When we connect the T to another word in the middle of a syllable, do we say T or do we say D? D. Yeah, we say a D. It's called a flap T, which in American pronunciation is similar to a D. In many other countries, in their pronunciation, it's similar to an R. So what have is very British. In American English, what have you. Now, the word you, as I teach in DDM, has 3 pronunciations. You, ya, y. And actually, when the American is speaking quickly, y is the most common pronunciation. The V in have, the V can actually be canceled if the next word begins with a consonant. U, Y is a consonant, so it's possible to say, what do you, what do you, what do you, what do you. Now, what's interesting, what do you could mean, what do you? What do you do? What do you do? It could be, what are you? What are you having? What are you having? And it could be, what have you? What are you? What have you been up to? What have you been up to? What have you? What are you? And what do you can all sound like, what do you? What do you? What do you? Only Coach Shane teaches that. I am the only teacher who teaches that. Yeah, I'm serious. If you know of another teacher who has taught that, you tell me. Where are they? I want to shake their hand. What do you? This is what we learn in DDM. B-E-E-N, American pronunciation, ben, up. We have to connect ben up, ben up, ben up to. What have you been up to? What have you been up to? Hey, Tim, long time no see. What have you been up to? So my recommendation for you, if you're speaking, use the best pronunciation possible. Hey, Shane, what have you been up to? That's perfect. But if you have an American friend and you haven't seen them in a long time, they might say to you, oh, hey, what have you been up to? And hopefully you'll remember the pronunciation and you'll be able to say the most common answer, which is not too much. How about you? Tim, long time no see.
Hey, Shane.
What have you been up to?
Not too much. Slacking off.
Tim, long time no see.
Hey, Shane.
What have you been up to?
Not too much. Slacking off.
Thanks so much for listening. Make sure to check out our webpage, www.letsmasterenglish.com. Try a free lesson. Get our newsletter. And if you have a question, please, or a comment, or maybe some criticism, then please send an email, contact@letsmasterenglish.com. I'm Coach Shane, and together, let's master English.